Hi beauties, it's me, Jacob. If you're new here, hello, my name is Jacob. I just said that. This is my channel. It is going to consist of things that I want to upload. If you want to stick around and find out what that could be, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing 3 looks using the new Kimchi Chic x Trixie Mattel BFF4EVR collaboration palette. I'm also going to be diving into the blush and the beautiful highlight that they brought out. And then girl, I go into the lip shades like nobody's business because I can't seem to figure out what shades go together for the look. But you'll see all that coming up later. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a like, if you would comment, and if you would subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. So if you want to see the 3 looks that I create, chaos that ensues, as well as my thoughts and opinions, please go ahead and keep on watching. So we're gonna get started priming our eyes with the NYX Waterproof Proof It eyeshadow primer. I'm taking an FR1 from Odin's Cosmetics and just blending that eyeshadow primer in. Next, we're going into our first shade using the FR2 from Odin's Eye. I'm going to take the shade Crepe. I'm taking this shade in the front part of my crease and blending it up to my brow bone, as well as packing it into the outer V under my eye and blending it out in a wing shape. Going back in now, this is the second layer of Crepe, just trying to get that color pigmentation where I want it and blending it out. And doing the same on the outer V and under eye as well. And you'll see here, adding the second layer to my other eye, the pigmentation is really easy to build up. Finally, just blending it down and around into my inner corner. Using this Dew Color number 9 brush, I'm going to take the shade Sweet Tart, and I'm going to start blending that into the crease area, basically where I put that first shade Crepe, but not taking it under the eye, just into the front part of my upper crease and into the brow bone. And here I'm just taking it down into my inner corner as well. Now just going in with a second layer, again building up that pigmentation. I did find all the shades I used in the palette were very easy to build up, and I wouldn't be surprised if this palette could be used for an entire full face. Now taking this domed fluffy blending brush I got from a set on Amazon, I'm diving into the orange shade Wild Poppy. I'm tapping this onto the outer V and blending up at an angle into my crease, just barely meeting with Sweet Tart in the crease. And again, just going in with that second layer to build up the pigmentation. Matching the other eye. And once I have that blended where I like it, I am going to go back in with my first brush and just use that to blend out the shade further, making sure there are no harsh lines. I'm liking where this is going so far. I do want to hop off camera and just continue blending with these three colors, Crepe, Sweet Tart, and Wild Poppy, until I get it where I want it, because I don't know if I'm going to connect them or not. I also think I'm going to jump into some of my Sugar Pill singles, just because there's not a whole lot of depth in this palette. There's really not any depth in this palette. I might use like either the black or maybe this deep gray color just to give me some more depth on the outer corners. Other than that, I will come right back when the blending is where I want it. So going into my Sugar Pill singles, taking Castle on the Hill and this pinched fluffy blending brush from another Amazon set, I am going to be tapping that onto the outer V and just blending that up again at an angle with the shade Wild Poppy. I do build this up about 3 or 4 layers to get to the opacity that I want. It definitely did help though. As I said, there's not really a lot of depth in the palette itself. The deepest shade I would say is Opera Cake, which is a red orange brown. So this is what I've got on so far. I just use Castle on the Hill from my Sugar Pill singles to deepen up the outer V. What I want to do now is add some sparkle, and there are great shimmers in here. I'm thinking that I want to try Parisian Gold, Parisian Glow, or Cinnamon Sugar looks really pretty. A la Mode is really pretty. Pink Chiffon.
So, what can I use?
I think I'm going to use Parisian Glow on the outer and then blend into Pink Chiffon and then maybe use a la Mode as the very inner corner shimmer. I don't think I'm going to cut the crease. I think I'm just going to go ahead and apply some glitter glue. Just going to use my NYX glitter glue.
Whack these on. I'm going to do one eye at a time.
So just using this paintbrush that I bought in a set at Michael's to apply my NYX glitter glue, tapping that out into the crease. Then I'm taking this flat shader brush from ColourPop to apply the shade Parisian Glow. I can't really tell what the base pigment is on this shade, but it's got a pink, rose gold, white gold reflect to it. Now taking my BH Rose Gold number 7 brush, I'm applying the shade Pink Chiffon to the rest of my lid, blending that into Parisian Glow. Because the base isn't very strong on these shades and they both have a pink flip to them, it was really easy to get them to blend. And going back into that same brush I used Castle on the Hill with, and just blending that into the shimmers, and taking a dense little lip brush and trying to apply a la Mode to my inner corner. This brush was definitely not the best method. I'm going to go ahead and hop off camera. I'm going to get the other eye done. I'm going to get my face products on, and I'm going to come back so we can do the blush and the highlight, which is the other piece of this collection, as well as the lip. So I'm back, guys. I got my full face on. I got my foundation, my concealer. No, I'm not going to go into all that. I'll go into all the details later. I just went ahead and put Crepe all the way under my entire waterline. And then inside my waterline, I went ahead and used this Wet n Wild Little Twin Stars Sunshine Eyeliner. Now, to finish off the face, I want to use the Kimchi and Trixie Mattel highlight and the blush. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Diving into Pink Era, taking a Luxie 660 Precision Foundation brush and using the lightest of the pink shades. And now diving into the deepest of the pink shades. I do keep the lightest part on the apples of my cheeks. I use the deeper color for the pocket of my cheek. I'm also going to take that deepest shade and start to just blend it into the eye look, sort of as a blush draping effect. Now just running my brush over the middle and then taking it down the nose and a little bit more over the cheeks. So that is the blush. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I love the blush. Now we're gonna go in with the highlighter. This packaging is so adorable. I love the yellow packaging. And that's what she looks like, blinding as heck. Oh, so pretty. And to apply the Double Diamonds highlighter, I'm just using a tapered blending E2 brush from ColourPop. So blush and highlight is on. Thinking it's looking beautiful. Now, I want to use a lip.
But I don't know which one I want to use. So I did buy all of the lipsticks. I'm sorry, the liquid lips as well as the lipsticks. What shade?
Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go in with Pink Sorbet. I love the little component of these. This is what she looks like. Beautiful little nude pinky shade. Let's see. I don't know if this shade's too light. Looking at the footage, I would say it's slightly too light, but it really just needs a deep lip liner and then it would be perfect. So this is Pink Sorbet. I think that this one is a little bit too light for me. Even though I think it looks really pretty with the blush. So I think I'm gonna grab Hello Hello, which is a nice like deeper shade from the other formula. I almost applied the liquid lip on top of the bullet lip formula, and I decided that wasn't a good idea, so wanted to clean off my lips before I applied the new one.
I'm really tempted to use Geisha. Let's try one of these.
I'm gonna try TTYL. And again, this is too light. Let's try Hello Hello. At this point, I still don't realize that they are the same shades, just different names and different formulas. We're overdrawing today. So that was Hello Hello, and then I'm going back in with TTYL just to lighten up the center again. Now I have orange lips and pink eyes.
I think the lips need to be more pink.
Okay. So far, all the ones that I've chosen didn't like the way they were looking with. So I'm gonna take Red Fantasy. I end the look in Red Fantasy, although it is not the look that I wanted. It is the last lip that I was willing to put on today. I didn't hate any of the colors, I just wanted something more pink to go with the eye. Okay, so I am back today with my second look. I already have my eyes prepped and primed. I'm going to jump right into it. Starting with a pinched fluffy blending brush, I'm going to take Egg Tart and Pistachio, and I'm going to mix those shades on my brush and pop those onto the first half of my lid here and just blend that up into the crease. I really fell in love with this color combination. On my eye, it just looked like a bioluminescent pea, and I loved that. Now taking my FR2 from Odin's Eye, I'm going to be picking up Chocolate Souffle. I'm going to be placing that on the outer V and into the lid, meeting with the green and just blending those together. I'm also going to take it under the eye and just blend out into a wing shape. There are a lot of food names in this palette for it being a best friends palette. I do know that Kim loves food, but I'm not sure if her and Trixie's entire friendship is based off of food, so I'm not sure that the names in the palette are quite relevant to the theme. That was just something that I noticed going through all these shade names. So I am only taking these first two shades up to my natural crease and then just blending out what I can. Now going into the shade Dahlia, I'm going to be taking that on my Dew Color number 8 brush, and I'm going to be packing that into the middle section of my under eye, just blending that into my outer V where I have Chocolate Souffle. And the last matte shade I'm going to use is Crepe, Taking a Real Techniques 310 brush, just further blending out all the shades that I've put down. I could literally spend hours blending and it still would not be enough for me. Okay, beauty, so far this is what we have going on. I am loving the way this is looking, so I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything together a little bit better. Once I have everything blended where I want it, I will be back. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full face with this look or if we'll just jump into the final look with this collection, but we'll come back with the sparkle and figure that out together. I am back. I have everything blended. I'm thinking this look is beautiful. I'm loving this green color all over the lid, but I do want to get a shimmer on. I have decided that I am going to get some shimmers on and finish up the eye look, but then once I am done here, I'm just going to jump right into the last look so that we can get this video uploaded. I'm going to add some shimmer to the lid, and then we're going to wrap this second look up. Going into the shimmer shade Limelight, I'm going to be picking that up on my number 7 BH Rose Gold brush and just packing that all over the lid where I have my pistachio egg tart combination. You can't pick it up very well because it is on top of that other green, but it is a beautiful green shimmer. Now taking some more NYX glitter glue on that same brush, I'm just going to pat that down. And I'm going to pick up the glitter shade called Soiree, and I'm going to pat that over the top. The shade Limelight did have enough dimension, but I did want to give it a little something extra just because it was a green shimmer on top of a green matte. And as you can see, I am fully satisfied. Taking a Luxie 160 lip brush, I'm going to pick up some more of my NYX glitter glue and the glitter shade Flower Power from the palette. I'm going to be putting that into the last portion of my under eye, just blending that into the shade Dahlia. I did get some glitter too low on my under eye, so here I'm just taking some tape to grab that up. Alrighty guys, so this is what I have going on so far. I am really loving the way this look turned out. I just want to pop something in my inner corner. For this look, I think Limelight is really the only inner corner that would work. Grab this brush. It's stained, but there's nothing on it. Picking up more of that green Limelight shade. And just wrapping it up with the FR5 from Odin's Eye to apply my inner corner and brow bone highlights. That's so pretty. And then just to finish up the look, I am going to pop this highlighter from JD Glow called Synopsis in the inner corner along with Limelight as well as on the brow bone, just as a brow bone highlight. For the inner corner, I'm just going to use that same brush. So beauties, this is the finished look. Sorry. This is the finished second look. I am going to hop off camera and probably grab some lunch before I do the final look and give you guys my overall thoughts on the collection. So let me go do that, and when I come back, I'll be blank-faced again. Okay, beauties, so I'm getting started using my Il Maquillage No Filter Poreless Base Smoothing Primer, mixing that with the Makeup Academy Pro Base Hydrating Primer. I'm also priming my eyeshadow with the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. Now that I'm primed, I'm taking the Luxie 680 Pro Precision Face Brush. Using that, I'm applying the SheGlam Skinfluencer Foundation Balm in the shade Shell. I really do love these little foundation samples that I can pick up from SheGlam because they are under $1 and they let me find out what foundation shade is going to match me best. Now just grabbing my Juno & Co. sponge to add some more coverage to my forehead and hopefully blend out any brush streaks that I have on my face. Now using the shade Chantilly, which is a little bit too light for me, I'm going to be using that as a cream concealer basically, or a cream highlight. I did use my BH Pop Art No. 4 complexion blending brush to apply the cream highlight, but I am again going in with my Juno & Co. sponge just to blend out any brush streaks. And now that I'm a blank canvas, I can set this face in place. I'm back, beauties. I am all set and I got my foundation and concealer on. I will let you guys know, as far as these SheGlam Skinfluencer foundation balms go, I really do like them for the foundation. I don't think they're the best for concealer because that's what I've been doing with the sample shade Chantilly. It's a little bit too light for me. Shell is my foundation shade, so I don't know if I would use it again for concealer, but it definitely looks great on the skin. Just going back over what I do have on for this look and the first look that I showed you. I used the Skinfluencer Balm from SheGlam in the shade Chantilly for highlight and concealer, and then I used the shade Shell for my foundation. And then for my powder, I used a combination of the Coty Airspun and the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in Ghost. So now that we have all that covered, I'm going to wipe this off, and then when we come back, we are going to get into the final makeup look. Okay, beauty, so I am back with my face all set, ready to jump into the third and final makeup look using the Kimchi and Trixie collaboration. So I am starting with my face all done, which is not something that I normally do because I am going to be recreating a look from a user that I found here on YouTube. Her name is Carly, but her username on YouTube is Last Looks, and I thought that what she did was really cool and really fun, and it used a lot, I believe, all of the shades in the palette, so I thought that it would be a really fun way to wrap this video up and get an even better idea of the shadows that I'm using to give you guys my honest and full opinion. So let's get right into it. I do want to start with a big fluffy brush. So I'm going to be taking this one. This is a BH Cosmetics No. 5, and this is in the Rose Gold collection. The first thing that Carly does is she takes Crepe, and she basically takes this shade and she's gonna do a heavy under eye look. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna do a nice under eye bag situation, which is again not something that I would usually do. So it should be fun to see how her look is gonna look on me. And I am probably gonna, you know, add my own little spin to it here and there where I find I can. But mostly I do want to stick to her inspiration. And when I get out to my outer V, I'm just kind of winging it up into where I know the other shadows are going to go. I think I'm going to do 2 layers on both sides and then call it a day with this shade. So we got that shade Crepe under the eyes. The next shade we're gonna do is Waffle Cone, and she does basically the same thing with this shade. She's gonna go right in under her eyes. I'm gonna use this kind of flat, fluffy shader from Odin's Eye.
And it is the FR0?
Oh, sorry, FR3. And this one is a lot more of an orangey undertone, so I'm not gonna pack this one on, and I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer to my lash line, just so that I can still have some control of where I'm putting this. And again, when I come out, I'm just blending out and up so that it can meet the other shadows that I'll put on later. I will say my thoughts on this palette so far. I really do love the blendability. I feel like every matte shade is super blendable and very pigmented. You can build up the pigment or you can pack it on and blend it out. Either way, I feel like it's worked really well for me. I will say that I wish there was a little bit more variety in the shades, because I feel with the neutral shades, you get a lot of orange undertones, or warm, excuse me. What was I saying? All of the neutrals in the palette have an orangey undertone, I would say, except for the shade Chocolate Souffle, which is more of like a gray undertone. The shade Crepe is almost like a pinky neutral undertone. But yeah, and then I would say the other two, Opera Cake and this shade Waffle Cone, are definitely more on the warm orange side. I'm going back in with the brush that I had Crepe on, and I'm not adding any additional product, just gonna blend under Waffle Cone. I have a feeling that this is gonna look kind of crazy until the end, when hopefully it comes all together. But like I said, I've never done a really like sickly eye look before, which is how Carly from Last Looks described this, like a sickly under eye look. So that is those two shades. The next one I'm going in with is Opera Cake, which is the, I would say, deepest shade in the palette, but again, it is like a neutral brown with a warm reddy orange undertone. She takes this shade and she's gonna pack it into the inner corner under eye area. Do you see how I have that like little blank space? Not sure if that's because there's no eyeshadow primer there, but that's weird. So Opera Cake, like I said, we're focusing that on the inner corner under eye bag area. I'm trying to make it look as good as possible for me. Like I said, this might be one of those looks that doesn't look good until the end. Trust the process, mama, trust the process. And I didn't get that splotchy area, but I feel like I was able to blend over it pretty well, but this one didn't give me that problem. Okay, so I don't think this is looking terrible. Obviously it's looking a little bottom heavy, but that's just because we have nothing on the top. This is it so far. I'm kind of liking it. Definitely feels sickly. I do want to take the other shades one more time. Waffle Cone shade, blending into that area. And up here. And then going into Crepe. So yeah, I feel like you can really see these are like easy to blend. That took no effort at all. But as I stated, the neutrals are gonna pull more orange, more warm, except for Crepe has a little bit more of a pinky undertone, and then Chocolate Souffle, I would say, is a more cooler undertoned brown. The other mattes though, the colorful mattes, everything is really pretty, really vibrant, and like I said, they're all really buildable, or you can pack on the pigment and get that punch with the first application. So going into the upper eye area, I want to take the shade Egg Tart, which is one that I just used in my last look, but I did mix it with the shade right next to it, Pistachio. I'm gonna use this fluffy blending brush. And then for the Opera Cake shade, I used this kind of denser blending brush from e.l.f. So yeah, going into this Egg Tart shade, and I'm going to be popping that into the inner corner of my crease. I'm kind of gonna start in the inner corner of my eye and then just bring it right up into the crease. This is gonna be a two-toned eye look, but for this first shade, we are gonna put it on both. This is about 2 layers, and I'm just packing it on. I'm not blending, just packing. I will note that Egg Tart is one of those kind of like sequin shades where it has shimmer in it, but it's definitely not, at least not in my opinion, it's not a metallic, it's not a shimmer. It's just got some kind of shimmer in it. But based off of the first use that I had mixing it with Pistachio, I would say that it's pretty easy just to blend away any of that shimmer if you don't want it. If you did want to keep the shimmer though, I'm not sure how effective that would be, but I would definitely use some kind of tacky base like a glitter glue or something adhesive to hold onto it. So now that I have the yellow packed down, I am just gonna start blending that into the shades that I've put on the bottom and then up into my brow. So that is the shade Egg Tart. Put it out into the inner part of my crease. I'm going to start the two-tone eye now. So the first part of this eye, I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush from BH. This is the Studio Pro number 8. So for the first part of this eye, we're gonna dive into the orange Wild Poppy and popping that into this part of the crease. Just patted that where I wanted it, and now we're just blending that. So far it's looking really good. Not a surprise. All the products that I do have from Kimchi, I am really in love with. She is such an awesome queen in that the products that she makes are really affordable, and you are getting the bang for your buck because they are top-notch quality. So I knew that when she was coming out with a collab and Trixie was involved, I definitely needed to scoop that up. I love how the yellow's kind of turning that orange lighter, and then over here it's looking darker already. So it kind of is like doing half of the work for you. I am gonna go back in with the yellow once I have this blended where I want it. I do find that Trixie's brand is a little bit more expensive, and I really don't understand why that is, especially because Kimchi is so affordable. Why are your eyeshadow palettes $48, sis? This is a $42 or $45 palette, I believe, but I honestly think that this one is worth it just because it is a limited edition palette. I love both of these queens, so I knew I had to grab it. And I will say that even though Trixie is a little bit more expensive than Kimchi, all of her products are just as good, and I've never had any issues with either brand. I think that's looking real good. painted badly. I went in on this eye with the orange. I was not supposed to do that. So it's not gonna be a two-toned eye anymore. If you did want it to be a two-toned eye though, girl, you would go in with pistachio right here. That's what Carly did. God, it was so pretty. Anyway, we're gonna continue with this look because it is looking really good. So I don't wanna stop here. I am gonna go back in with the yellow though. Yep, liking this. Under eye's still bothering me, but I'm really hoping that the blush will tie that in. Now we're gonna go in with, I'm gonna take this brush from ColourPop. It's a nice big fluffy brush, the E2. We're gonna grab Sweet Tart, which is the hot pink shade. This will really give you an idea of how this pink is gonna look next to the purple shade Dahlia, because I'm gonna put them right next to each other. Packing this pink on, I'm gonna start blending just like this. Not really curving, just taking it straight out and blending it into that orange shade, which again is just seamless. I'm gonna pick up a second layer now just to see what we can get out of her. Definitely gonna have a beautiful sunset eye out of this. So beautiful, wow. And the pigment is definitely there. Just taking that brush that I used Wild Poppy on. Okay, so this is what we've got going on so far, guys. The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this pinched fluffy blending brush from ColourPop, the E1, and we're gonna dive into the shade Dahlia, and that will be the final matte shade that we're gonna use. I'm gonna start with it on the lid in the outer V. I'm gonna pack it on in there. And then I'm going to start to blend that out into the outer V. And then just taking a little bit more to blend it out into these other shades that we have going on. Do you see how it's like even blending into the orange shades on the bottom just so easily? Okay. So I think that is all the mattes that I'm gonna use. Now we are going to cut the crease. I'm gonna use the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas in the shade Halo. Once I have that done, I will come back and we will get right into the shimmer and the glitter. And I will also be finishing up my face using the blush and the highlight, as well as some bronzer and some contour because I am looking too pasty still. So once I get back, we will get all into that. All right, beauties, so we got the crease cut. I'm gonna go back in with the shade Dahlia just to blend the ends into the outer V. Just stamping that on the edge. And then I'm blending into the cut crease, not away. And I am going to pick up a little bit more of the pink just to do right here. And again with Sweet Tart. So that is the crease cut. I'm gonna go in with my shimmers now. So Carly used glitter. I want to do the same. First thing she did was the inner corner shade, which she used a la mode. Tiny little lip brush. Let's get her whacked in there. praying that it will just adhere to the base. Probably should have set this with a white shadow. I really don't think it's gonna show up that well because it didn't show up very well the first time I used it, but that's the shade a la mode. Maybe it's better with a finger, even though with my big fingers, I do not, definitely not for an inner corner, like to do it, but you can definitely see it a lot better when I pick it up on a finger. So maybe that's just what she is. She's a finger shade. Because that looks so much better. Wow.
Should I just go with my fingers? I mean, that's what she did, but I really don't like to touch things with my fingers unless I absolutely have to.
The next one she went into is actually Let Them Eat Cake, which is the pinky one. But I think that I want to go in with Roxy and then Let Them Eat Cake. I'm sorry. Roxy. I don't even know where I got that name. With Sorbet. And then with Let Them Eat Cake.
Oh. See, that one picked up a lot, and I don't want that much.
Okay, she's cute. I will say this formula, usually, especially with loose glitter, you can feel it. Kind of like an exfoliant. I do not feel anything on my eye right now, which is really pleasant. Because even though I love glitter, sometimes it can feel a little scratchy. Looking really good. I'm gonna use just the other side of this same brush. This is a ColourPop brush. It doesn't have a number or a letter. And we're gonna jump into Let Them Eat Cake. I love glitter. Now we're gonna, girl, I got scared. Now we're gonna get into some freaky stuff. No, we're not. We're not gonna do that yet because I want to highlight my brow bone. I wanna take pink chiffon. Beautiful magenta shift. I feel like it does have some kind of base on it, but I can't detect what the base is. This one is definitely down, and this one is up, which is, if it's up, then it's up. That is pink chiffon on the brow bone.
Yeah, I do not like touching stuff with my fingers, but you are going to put these glitters on. Even if you hate it, touch them with your fingers, because the difference is amazing. Okay.
I do think that just to be on the safe side, I'm going to just a wee wiggle. We have to do this under eye situation. That is why my under eyes look like this. But before I add the glitter, I do want to get my face powders on. Grabbing a random brush that I bought off of Amazon for highlighting, I am taking my Pure The Sculptor palette and just mixing the two contour shades to go ahead and sculpt out my cheeks, chin, and forehead. And next, just taking my Alamar Cosmetics bronzer brush and the e.l.f. bronzing palette and just diving into all four of those shades. Okay, beauties, so this is my face. I'm going to be applying my blush and my bronzer, and then we are going to jump right back into the glitters. I'm sorry, I said blush and bronzer. I meant blush and first, highlight. I want to grab hold of the Pink Era Beautiful Blush Duo. This blush brush, it is actually a foundation brush from Luxie. Like I did with the first look, I'm going to start in the light pink. And that's gonna go on the apples up into my highlighting area. So pretty. So pretty. And then I'm gonna take the deeper shade, and that is gonna go up here into the eye. And again onto the highlighter zone. The top of the cheek, the highlighter zone. I don't know what to call it. You know what I mean. Some people might say this is enough, but I need more. Kind of going in the middle now. I love blush so much. And I don't know why this is a foundation brush because I feel like it's far too fluffy to be a foundation brush, but it is perfect in my opinion for a blush brush. Love this blush. Love it. The pièce de résistance. Highlighter in the shade Double Diamonds. Just beautiful. Watching it in the camera, I could do it all day. So taking this Real Techniques brush, it's a 308. I am gonna recommend with this highlighter formula to grab a dense brush, because if you don't have a dense enough brush, it's not gonna pick up a whole lot for you. But of course, if you don't want a whole lot, grab a fluffy brush. Are you ready? Oh, baby. So we have our blush and our highlight all done. I feel like my face looks amazing. I am loving the blush and the highlight. I feel like my eyes look spectacular. The last thing I need to do before I get my brows, my mascara, and my lips on is add the glitter under the eyes. So she went in with, first thing Carly did was went in with Parisian Glow. I'm not gonna try to really saturate my brush. I'm just gonna get it on there.
And this feels crazy to me, but this is what she did, so I'm just following her lead.
I feel like it took down the brightness in my eyes, which is helpful. It really did take down the brightness, which is crazy, because it's a shimmer. Okay. The next thing she did was take cinnamon sugar on her finger and just tapped that. All under her eyes.
I'm really amazed that I like this. Picking up a little bit more.
And like I said, I'm not feeling any kind of like grit or exfoliation with this glitter. It feels like I'm just tapping on powder. That's crazy. And I really think that's beautiful. And a great way to hide your under eye bags. I also put some on my nose just because I am who I am. Okay guys, so this is my recreated look from, sorry, I'm not looking at you. This is my recreated look from Last Looks, aka Carly. I think that it turned out beautiful. I am so happy she inspired me to do this because I'm really loving the way that my under eyes look right now. I cannot stop staring at myself.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows, put on some mascara, finish up the lips, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give you all the tea on what I think about this collection.
So just wrapping this up, I'm going to use an unmentionable. I do want to say the shade name because I am looking for dupes of this shade. It is my ultimate favorite lip color. So the shade name is Gemini. I am taking Pink Sorbet from the collection.
Yes!
And just adding that to the center.
That's what I want. Pinky. Beautiful. I finally did it. So beauties, this is it. The final look that I've done using the the final look that I've done using the Kimchi x Trixie Mattel collab. I am so happy that I was able to get this video together for you. I'm so happy that I was able to test it out and do 3 looks for you. I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy the video. I am so sorry that I was just looking at myself the whole time and not the camera. I am so happy with this look. Thank you again to Last Looks, aka Carly, for inspiring me to do this because I am really happy that I did. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with the palette. So this is the outer packaging, and again, this is the inner packaging. 10 out of 10, cannot get enough of the packaging.
I really do love this like hologram thing, but I will say it is kind of hard to keep these from getting scratched. So if you do have yours and you do not want it to get scratched, like me, I will be keeping this in the box, and probably when I'm using it, I will have a protective, like, I will have to have this cloth on it the whole time so that nothing would scratch it. That's just me. I'm crazy, I know. You don't have to do that, but I do.
The palette itself, the product, I cannot get enough of the glitter shades in here. Every glitter is just beautiful. I do think that the purple and the magenta, although they are not that special as far as the color, the formula is amazing. I've never felt a pressed glitter formula like this one. I don't feel that gritty, almost exfoliator type of feeling that you get when you are putting on glitter. The only thing that I will say about the glitters is I do feel picking them up with the brush is probably not the best way to go, although I myself prefer that method. Picking it up with a finger is definitely going to give you the best payoff. The matte row that I've talked about here, I've used all of them. The only gripe that I have is that they're a little bit too similar for me. I do feel like this cool tone brown would be a great contour shade, and then this crepe shade has a great pinky undertone, so it's really good for a transition of almost any look that you're going to be doing with this palette. And then going into the bright matte row and the bright yellow here, I didn't have any problems blending. They all have great pigmentation and they all blended like a dream. The only shades that I was not able to use in the palette was this blue shimmer and this gold shimmer. Those are the only two that I was not able to use. So this blue is called Sapphire, and then this gold is called Brioche. There's the gold, and you cannot go wrong with the kimchi formula. Look at that.
The gold's a little bit more chunky. I would say the blue is a little bit more of a satin feel. It's definitely not a high impact shimmer, but it's definitely beautiful.
I'm gonna jump into the blush and the highlighter here. The packaging, again, 10 out of 10. The blush shade itself, chef's kiss. And then this is gorgeous. A1, do not use a light fluffy brush if you're wanting to get the impact. Use a dense brush because that's gonna pick up the best. These are the packaging that the highlighter and the blush came in. So freaking cute.
I am going to be keeping them in here. I do love these little heart components, but I just find them a little bit hard to store. So I keep them in the box, and that makes them a lot easier to store for me.
The last thing that we can get into, other than revoke my gay card, the fan. It's a big fan. I love this beautiful fan. It's so pretty. Other than the fan, we are going to get into all the lips because I did buy all of them. This is the packaging for the lipsticks, and they're basically the same on the back. Again, I love these queens, so I really just had to pick up the bundle. I don't think that you need them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So between the lipsticks and the liquid lips, this is the packaging for the liquid lips. Again, it's pretty much the same, just bigger boxes. But I will go ahead and let you know that I really truly don't think that you'll need to buy all 8 of them because they are essentially the same colors, just with different names in different formulas. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them all out for you so that way you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't see this happening when I watched the reveal video.
Like, I don't know if I was just so happy or what, but for some reason I looked at all 8 of these lipstick shades and I was like, yeah, they're all different. There's 4 lipstick shades and there's 4 liquid lipstick shades. That's not the case. I did show you guys already, but I do find these components absolutely amazing. Other than this stupid little mirror thing that they've included, I think this stupid little mirror thing, although it's kitschy and I love being able to see them and I get it, like you can apply your lips on the go, this will break off. It will bug me when it breaks off. And it already bugs me now because I don't like that on any of it. I don't think that you needed the mirror. I have plenty of mirrors. So many products come with mirrors. Stop adding little kitschy mirrors to things.
I just don't think they're necessary. I love you both, but I just don't think they're necessary. Love that component, part of the component, hate this part of the component. So we're gonna get into the swatches of these lipsticks just so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about as far as the colors being the same. This first one I'm gonna do is Eat It. Next one, Pink Sorbet. Geisha. Guys, these swatches are horrible, don't come for me. Last one is Gingerbread. Okay. So there are all 4 of the lipsticks in the bullet formula. Now we'll go in with their counterparts in the liquid lipstick. Oh, and also this. Some of the mirrors are loosest on these, and then some of them don't do that at all. So again, I hate the mirror. So dumb. So this shade is called Hello Hello, but it is literally Gingerbread. This shade is called, oh, another loosey goosey. Didn't know I was getting a clapper with the collection. This is Red Fantasy, which, ooh, is basically Geisha. Sorry, I kind of effed that one up. I really wish I could figure out how to like just unattach it so that it doesn't break off of this. Hopefully I'll be able to figure that out. This one is called Spice Cake, and I believe it is a dupe for Eat It. Yep. And then the last one is Pink Fantasy, which is the dupe for Pink Sorbet. So I think the only one that looks somewhat different right now swatched on my arm is the liquid lip compared to the bullet lip on Gingerbread and Hello Hello. But other than that, these three are identical. You didn't need to do this. This was pointless to me, especially to do in a collection where you're gonna like release them in a bundle. I don't need two different formulas of the same color. I just don't need that personally. So that was the entire collection. I think that I covered everything. I went over the eyeshadow palette, the blush, the highlight, all the lips. Would I say that it was worth it? As someone who loves these queens and who will probably in the future buy more from them just because they are who they are, do I think it's worth it? That is completely up to you to decide. If you liked the things that you saw, I would say definitely go ahead and grab it, especially because this is supposed to be a limited edition launch, and I don't know how long it's going to be out or if they will restock it if it does sell out. Go ahead and check out kimchichicbeauty.com. That's where the collaboration is available. If there's anything in this collection that I would honestly not miss out on, it's this blush. This blush is beautiful, it is pigmented, it is blendable, and it's a 2-for-1 in my opinion. And I think that all of her blushes are really great. So if you do check her out, definitely stop by and grab one of these blushes so you can try her out. If I would pass on anything, it would probably be the 2 lighter shades of the lip. But yeah, that is everything. I do also want to note, if you aren't a glitter lover, don't buy this palette. I would definitely take a pass on this one just because there's about 5 glitters in here. The shimmers in here are amazing, but I do know that she's got other palettes that don't have the glitter in them. So if you're not a glitter person, definitely pass on it. But if you are wanting to support Kim or Trixie, or you, as I said, liked anything that you saw in the video, definitely go ahead and pick up this collaboration before it sells out. I think that that about wraps up the video. I'm gonna jump into editing all this together. I still have to shoot the intro to this because I forgot to do that. If you guys liked it, definitely go ahead and leave a comment letting me know what you thought, a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I really do appreciate all the love and support, you guys.
In my next video, oh no, I'm not getting into that yet.
What am I gonna do in my next video? Who knows? Hopefully I will see you guys in the next one, whatever that next one may be. If you haven't already, please follow me on Instagram, and if you do have TikTok,
I'm kind of contemplating keeping my TikTok, only because I'm getting into a kind of rabbit hole of conspiracies about it, and it's kind of freaking me out. So maybe we should talk about that in the comments too. Definitely know what you think about TikTok.
Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video, and I just hope that you are having a great night or day wherever you are. This lip is so pretty. Finally.
I do love all, nope.
And definitely keep on watching. Why am I doing this so much? So, if you want to, no, did I? Yes. Where you been?
So if you want to see the looks that I can create, if you want to see, no.
I'll have a better idea. Sorry, I was not looking at myself the entire time. Yay. Love being back. Okay. Of it where I am, no. Okay, no. No. So, and then when I come back, excuse me. I'm not looking at the camera. I went ahead and put this Wet n Wild little Twin Stars, I went ahead and put the Wet n Wild little Twin Stars, okay. The top of my lip looks disgusting. Don't look at it.
If this one doesn't work, we're putting on eyeshadow and we're calling it. Because my lips hurt now. Okay.
Members of a whale
What is
research
happening?
actually
Alrighty, guys. No. Why?
no, 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 no. And then, no, don't pick your nose and talk, idiot.
Gonna do that one more time because I did not like how my voice sounded.
Yay. Alrighty, beauties. Hope you don't hate me for saying already. Because I say already a lot. Sorry, I was not looking at you at all.
I'm not a fan of the lip color, and it's not.
I'm gonna go grab some lunch because my tummy's rumbling. Why am I not looking at myself? Why are you looking at yourself?
Stupid.
It usually doesn't look like that until I've been wearing it for a while. I just put this on.
Alrighty, guys. Nope. I think that's it. Oh,
Last looks. I'm so sorry. I'm not remembering.
Carly, it's been a little while.
Carly, thank you. Ew, eye booger.
Excuse me, my eyes watering. And I didn't get that. Oh, and I didn't focus you.
Mixing it with my bad. Ugh, I'm so mad at myself. I got distracted talking. Is butter a carb? Oh, I dug into it. Oh, I did a bad thing.
That is the eye look. I'm gonna put on some lashes real quick, and then I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into my final thoughts on the collection. I completely lied to you. We're not done.
Alrighty, so my fucking Ace Ventura. Like, why do I keep saying that? I think that this blush is so good. I might buy another one. I feel so pretty. If I fuck it up with this goddamn shade, I give up on the lips. Please don't fuck this up. Wrap this mother up. I think I'm gonna do the outro and then I'm gonna do the intro, which is weird, but this is my YouTube channel and I'm doing it how I want to do it. Fight me. If you do want me to do another look with this video, I'm sorry, do another look with this video. I don't think that you will need to buy all of, I knew when I saw this collaboration
I had with this. Oh my goodness. I am a mess.
We'll find out whenever it gets got a little. I wish that this thing came off so that I could conserve it forever. Or even if they sold this separately like a fucking Pokemon card, I would buy it.